Hey guys, Omni here. We are back for essentially the season 6 finale of The Flash. You know, last episode had Barry getting this speed thought that started to take away his emotions. He started acting against the team's best wishes, against his own personal wishes. Had he been able to listen to his heart, he's now rescued Iris from the mirror dimension, and she is seizing on the floor. Sing and Camilla are trapped in the mirror dimension by themselves now, incapacitated. On top of all of this, we have this fantastic scene of Barry facing off against Killer Frost, who injected herself with Velocity X, which was one of the most hype things I've seen in a really long time. And how it all just kind of came together in the end. And Barry, seeing what he did, the damage he wrought, what is happening to Iris, finally was the thing that snapped him out of all of this. You know, him going completely emotionless, going against everything Barry himself would ever stand for, was really kind of hard to watch. It was fun at first, but the longer it went on, to the point where like he was like, no, I only want to save Iris because she's the logical choice. It has nothing to do with my feelings. She knows Ava. She's been in her world. She's got tactical information that we can use to defeat Ava. And that's it. And he left condemned Sing and Camilla to their deaths for all he cared in that moment, took out his friends, fought them all, and it's just it got painful to watch, like in the bad kind of way, like in the emotionally painful kind of way, not like that the whole thing was bad. I thought it was all really well done. It really kind of mirrored what kind of happened with the Thinker. The more and more powers he accrued, the more his knowledge and his thinking capacity itself grew. I like how it kind of paralleled that. And then to top it all off, we have this stinger that flashes us back after Barry attacks the Speed Force, which we don't know what happened there because there was some sort of rebound after he attacked it in his anger with what it had kind of led him to do. He had this blue lightning rebound that came out of his crest, and I'm not sure what that's about, but it cuts from that to a Once Upon a Time, and it shows the scene of Eobard Thawne doing the DNA transfer thing that he did with the original Wells from Earth 1. And, you know, following suit, he buries the body, zip zooms away, and we're there at the burial site, and green particles start to arise out of the burial. It's very unclear whether if this is still in the past when he died originally, or if this was meant to be present day after this. It was very left up in the air, and I can't wait to see what they do with this. I already know that he shows up in here because there's been some promotional images that unfortunately I saw online. That being said, who is he? Is it actually the original Wells? Is it Eobard Thawne back? How did he come back? Is it the green leads me to believe it might be some Oliver Spectre shenanigans, since it doesn't match the red energy, the tachyons that came off of Thawne when they last defeated him. It doesn't match the multiversal energy that was radiating from the Wells whenever they were inputted into the artificial Speed Force. So that's where I'm at with it. Now, again, it kind of plays back as that rewriting time, because Oliver did rewrite reality. If that's the case, where's this Wells been since that night he died all this time? Otherwise, I assume that because Oliver might know that would be weird and kind of mess up a lot of the timeline with the show already with Flash, that maybe he played it into whenever the worlds came back together. That's when he came back. Then that still just begs the question, where has he been since that day? And then the other question is, if it's not there and it's present day, why now? So I don't know. I hope we get some answers. Remember, guys, full unedited reactions to this is going to be on my Patreon, or if you become a YouTube member here, you get access to that as well. I'm doing all the DC shows unedited over there, as well as MCU stuff. If you're following everything on Disney Plus, as well as the future Star Wars contents will be coming down the line there as well. We're currently working on Walking Dead and kind of eyeing some other things that I might include into the batch for here on the channel as well for that over there. Yeah. So check that out if you like. Otherwise, let's go ahead and dive into this episode of The Flash. Here we go. Okay, so it looks like he did do some damage to it.
Barry. Help her. Help her.
God, I can't imagine what Cisco's feeling and thinking right now, man.
All her neural pathways are disjointed.
Looks like her brain's been remapped. How do we get her back?
Uh.
I'm sorry. That wasn't you. Yeah, it was. Man, no, it wasn't. You were not yourself. Trust me, we get that. That's why we're gonna put it behind us. And we're gonna move on. All right? We're a team.
You're fucking too good.
We're gonna figure out a way to save Iris.
God.
And Camilla and Singh. I promise.
Oh, wait, your wife tried to attack you?
Why would your neighbor try to make you look in the mirrors? Oh, hold on.
Oh, that one. Why would he make you look in the mirrors? Oh my God.
Do you think this has anything to do with the craziness at McCullough?
Damn. I know what's happening.
Mirror people. Oh.
Next thing I know, a pair of T2 arms jumps out of the countertop trying to grab me. You know,
I love
unfortunately,
Chester, man.
was out of mind his surroundings.
Yo! It's not just mirrors that she's manipulating. It's any reflective surface now.
Well, I guess
Chester,
that
your
makes
glasses.
sense. Like,
What about reflection in eyeballs? God, this recording's kind of. Whoa! What?
Nash.
No. My name is Harrison. Dr. Harrison Wells.
Look, I don't know who you are, but I saw Nash die. All the other Wells died with him.
Exactly. Of all the other wells into the fusion sphere, except for 0.01%, and that's me.
Oh,
Particles
that's
become
what
a
this
person.
was.
One Wells to make up for all those lost. Isn't that cosmic?
Crisis. It took people from other planets and brought them here together to the same planet in one timeline.
A temporal coalescence that could explain this.
So it was Ollie.
Of all the Wells, you were the one I wanted to meet the most. I'm Barry Allen.
I know. The other Wells may be gone, but they left an imprint. Memories. And so let me just say that.
So we have a Super Wells.
A new Wells. How is that possible?
oh, wait.
Cisco knows already.
Also, which one is he?
I'm the original. Wells, 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 and Wells. That's how I got here. Any questions?
I don't get how.
Help! Guys, we need help.
Sue?
The cat suit. Sorry. Oh,
Can you fix him?
Right, I'll get him in the mobile biogenic containment unit. Okay, we're going
That's-
this way. Right this way.
that's
Rob.
one way to recast. Blow his face up, I guess, or just hide a casting until they have somebody. If they even bother.
Yeah, Ralph found evidence to clear Sue's name.
Once a hero, always a hero.
Amen.
Where's my "that was easy" button?
I may be the paragon of
Can he
love.
create a Speed Force out of
Only
love?
Because you're my heart.
Please, be that cheesy.
Come back to me. I don't
The
get
fuck?
it. How are you supposed to get your speed back exactly?
It is
Oh
odd.
God, is Iris the
Is an
Speed
elemental
Force?
part of the universe, so theoretically.
Theoretically, it could have never disappeared.
I think it's because of my connection with Iris. Our love is just as strong as the lightning bolt that hit me 7 years ago. Plus, Iris did have speed once.
And
Now they truly are the Flash.
These old buildings still have the original ductwork.
Human beings took this world for granted, Captain. We won't.
God, Shastiel's so tiny.
Is this
Dude,
how you guys operate?
having
Because
this
that much contact
Wells
with
back
that much unrefined power. This
is-
a huge gamble.
We need you.
I still do kind of feel bad because it does seem like they killed all the Wells in a vain attempt, but they did at least learn from it.
Run.
Hmm.
Run towards love.
We need you. I need you.
The fuck was that? Who or what was he looking at? Hell yeah.
I know you'd find your way back to me.
You'll always be my lightning rod.
Oh! Flash! You've made your choice.
It's over, Eva.
No. God, she's so hot.
You and I could have worked together toward a common good. And tonight I begin my reign as Mirror Monarch.
Mirror Monarch.
We're just getting started. How you like the size?
Oh!
But wait, there's more.
Yes!
Now, Flash.
Oh! Yeah, fuck you, Mega Man. Oh no, mirror clones. I mean, that's kind of cool, though. Shadow Clone Jutsu! Why do they have guns? God damn. I'm pretty sure one of them was just dodging nothing. Oh. Shikao! Yes! Dude, Vibe, is he back, man? I love this suit. God, this is just giving me flashbacks to the Matrix Revolutions. I'm sorry, Reloaded. Oh, whoa. I just noticed all the Avas going, like, penguining through the glass reflections. Holy shit. Dude. Oh, fuck. Oh no. She's got mirror powers now too, bitch.
Look around. Is this your idea of peace?
Talk no jutsu. Together. This shit always get me. Oh god, people are gonna hate this episode. I know it.
Is it really you?
No, it's Chewbacca.
It's Camilla, the real one. How do you miss someone you barely even know?
God damn it. I wanna spend time with this one. It's like getting season 1 Wells again. Except not evil, maybe.
How exactly
Let's see.
do you travel in time? Like this?
Well, okay. Who was he looking back in the when they were setting up the artificial Speed Force? He was like, he looked and nodded at somebody 18 hours earlier. Ah, are we gonna see what he was doing? Oh! What the fuck? Oh, did he create more speedsters, possibly? Huh. Huh, okay. Interesting. So yeah, overall, I really like this episode. Yeah, like cheesy as all hell. Love saves the day. Iris, again, being the key to Barry getting his powers. Iris getting her own set of powers just to have them taken away yet again. But I like the resolution to it. Honestly, this was probably rewritten to be a little less of a flashy finale. But also, since it didn't actually get to be a finale and it's really just the third episode of the start of the next season because of the pandemic. So I'm curious if this was how it was going to end originally or if they changed that up. So a couple things. So the Speed Force is back and it's natural. It's not artificial, I guess. I still feel weird. I still don't understand the need of the machine, because before the Speed Force was, like Wells said, something that just existed in nature, in essence. Like when Flash entered it, it was just like another plane of existence is where it resided. Has that returned? Has that been restored? Again, that didn't seem to be the case, at least with the artificial one, because when it was destroyed, Barry lost his connection to it. Like how the Speed Force was like somehow residing weakly still in Iris, which was kind of interesting how they played that into it. Seemed like a quick turnaround fix to her brain problems that they had at the start of this episode. It just kind of resolved itself, which could be either the speed healing from the little bit of Speed Force she had, or just reacclimating to not being in the Mirrorverse. I could give it to either. Vibe showing up with his gear. If I remember right, in the comics, he's not a meta. He uses technology to do his blasts, and it seems like they got into that with having him show up with Killer Frost at the end. That was fucking awesome. I loved that. I've missed Cisco being out in the field. And just seeing Tom Cavanaugh go back to that season 1 Wells, but subtract all the malice out of it, at least for what we know right now. It's really fun going back to that, and you can feel it because like Tom can just like tap right back into this like it's nothing. It's a fucking switch, man. And I get in that second, just with the glasses, the hair, diddled a certain way, and he's back then. He's that Wells. The cadence, the approach, the looks, the mannerisms, and the chemistry connection between the people that were there with him, namely Cisco, was beautiful how they called that back. Ralph showing up, I knew we've talked about this before, and they did say that he was going to be showing up as with a new face. Since that is a power he can do, is change his appearance, but I didn't expect them to just nuke him to where he couldn't show his face, and to heal him, they got to put a mask on him, and then I'm assuming once it's healed him, he's going to permanently look like somebody else if they decide to even revisit his character later in this season. Sue coming back was fine enough because we got to see the cat suit again, my favorite part. The resolution, I know a lot of people's probably going to harp on it. It's a very, very Naruto-like, and I made 2 Naruto references in this, of course, with her making the shadow clones, the mirror clones of herself, and then, everything being resolved with a talk and a relating to your villain and talking her down off the ledge and all of that. So I know a lot of people's going to be like, well, that was anticlimactic. And I was like, oh, I think it fits in with Eva's character, because she's always been kind of reasonable. She's always just been very ambitious. And I think you can really she's one of the few villains, I feel like But she wasn't really a villain. Like, she did have really good intentions, more so than I think any of the other past Flash villains did. Actually wanted to do what she was doing to better the world. So I think it makes a little more sense, at least for her, to be talked back from that ledge to see exactly what she's doing, to the point where she got lost in it, especially when she had this crisis of identity. And here I am making excuses for it, but I enjoyed it. Like, I'm emotional for that kind of shit, for redemption, for people seeing the error in their ways, for connecting with people on an emotional level. That stuff always gets to me, and especially when Iris was like, "No, Barry, let's just trust." And then, God, I love that. And it was cool. It was still a good fight up until that point too, with Barry doing like the laser beam arms flying up in the air, just zip zooming everywhere. The fight, slow mo, Kate and Cisco just like getting in there and getting their hands dirty as well was a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, definitely if this had been the final episode of last season, I can understand a lot of people being upset with this being now reworked into episode 3 of this season. We'll see where it goes from here. So at the end of this, so they definitely seem to be setting up, from what I've seen on Twitter and whatnot, from the storyline and the direction they're going. They're definitely going to be going into, I think, the other forces out there, because not only is there the Speed Force, there's all kinds of different forces, like Strength Force, the Speed Force. You know, I can't remember all of them. There's like a Mind Force or something like that too for psychic people. It's so I don't know how they're going to play into that, because when at the end of this, when they created the new Speed Force, brought the Speed Force back effectively. So now I'm wondering, since they brought it back this way, if you destroy that machine, will it go away? I would have to imagine that it's back as a part of nature again. I hope it's not tied to that machine. Again, like I've said before, that is a major weakness. If anything happens to that building, then they're all out of luck. But we saw different lightning streaks come out of that and then just like collect and connect into like this rainbow. Now, I don't think he's going. Now, they could do this in one of two ways. Like this could be him. The different colored lightning that shot off could be representative of potential new speedsters, or Speed going back to some of them, because I can't remember. I think we might have saw Kid Flash's lightning color in there. I'd have to rewind and double check, but it could be his Speed returning. It could be the Speed Force going to new speedsters, creating new speedsters, or that could be from the creation of the Speed Force itself. Could be the re-energization, or that's a word. The introduction of the other forces themselves into the world. The different colors each represented the different of the forces. Again, I'm not sure how many there were. I believe there was one for each of the Justice League members, because eventually they all became like an embodiment of one of the forces. And I can't remember exactly which one was which. It all just depends on if they go down that road. I like that the Paragon thing came into play. Crisis came into play. That this is some Crisis shenanigans thanks to Oliver in some way. That's why we had the green particles. A lot of call-outs here. In Black Lightning, we had some references directly to Crisis, calling it out in Superman and stuff like that. Makes me excited to see, because like it just makes me excited anytime I hear them reference the other shows, just because I like that organicness that they've created with connecting them all like that. I like it. And I'm waiting for Superman Lois to finally do that. We saw early shots of Diggle's director's chair for the episode of Superman Lois that he's going to be directing, David Ramsey. He's also going to be making an appearance in that as John Diggle. So we know it's coming, but how it's coming and what the drive is going to be. So I think after tonight's episode of Superman Lois, next week's episode will be the last one before we go on break with Superman and Lois, because they had a COVID incident. It was what I heard. And I think Supergirl is going to be coming in early to fill that time spot, is what I've heard. I haven't confirmed it at all. I know right now Black Lightning's going on break until April 12th. So yeah, things are just all over the place right now with these schedules. So I'm excited to see where we go from here. We're actually diving into actual season 7 territory now. So some questions that I have. What was Harrison looking at when he was in there, because we saw him look away from anybody that was in that room. He gave a smile, he was looking at somebody, and then he gave a nod to somebody. What was that about? Is he like Dr. Manhattaning because he can see like his timeline all at once? He can be at any time. Is that going to come back? Is he going to come back? Is he just going to go and relive that time loop forever? Is Tom Cavanaugh not going to come back for what is essentially season 7? I can't imagine that. Honestly can't imagine the show without Tom Cavanaugh, but they could definitely go that route. But I really wanted to spend more time with this Wells. So I can't imagine that they played that for nothing. And then at the same time, because this is Earth 1 Wells, there's something about him that always seems like he's got something else on the back burner. And before, it ended up being because it was Eobard Thawne. And this time around, I wonders if his new form of being has some connection to something else that he's not quite ready to let the team in on yet. Maybe this is him going away to go with his wife's just like a excuse. Maybe it's not the real reason that he's leaving right now. Maybe there's something greater to what he's doing. And like I said, I know time in this show has always been very timey-wimey, much like Doctor Who, but I imagine if he, from this point, goes back in time, like, there's still him there with his wife, so how is he going to do that unless he's, like, tucking himself the whole time, and watching himself with his wife? Unless he just, because he's particles, can he just inhabit that body, and then is he just hijacking himself? When you try to break down the time travel stuff, sometimes it can get yourself in a paradoxical loop, and you just can't get out of it. But overall, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I enjoyed the bits, the action, the moments with the characters, and I'm excited to see where we're going from here. And I can't wait. There's a lot of questions that I have at the end of this, and I'm excited to see the answers. So it might be a little bit, because I did see that, like, right out of the sneaker that, but we'll see where it all goes. I won't talk about that because it's just, don't want to get into spoilers. I paused it before I really got into the promo because I don't like watching promos, but I see a villain coming back here. We'll talk about later. Anyway, guys, that's been my thoughts on this. Remember, full unedited reactions are available on Patreon, or if you become a member here on the channel. We got all the DC shows, the Marvel stuff coming to Disney Plus, and everything that's going to be coming to Disney Plus, as well as any future DC content. I'll be having full unedited reactions over there for that stuff. But yeah, other than that, I want to know your thoughts in the comments down below so we can carry on the conversation after the video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and supporting the channel. Shout out to Mandy Sherritt, who is a major legend here on the team. Thank you so much for your support. Everybody who's been joining the Patreon, supporting in the comments, liking the videos, subscribing, and coming along for the journey on each of those shows. Thank you so much, guys. You make this all worth it. I will catch you guys in the next episode of The Flash. Take care, everybody.